Welcome back to Learn to Ride. Today we're going to discuss about getting your big bike licence and the stages and steps required to do so. So, regarding your licences, however old you are, you need to start with a CBT. When you are 17, that's when the direct access scheme will start for you. That means you're applicable for an A1 licence. That's a 125 without L plates, carry a passenger, can go on the motorway, and a full licence rather than a provisional. At 19, you apply for your A2 licence, okay? That means a motorcycle up to 47 horsepower. If you've been on an A2 licence for 2 years, you do have the entitlement to apply to upgrade for your A licence, which is fully unrestricted. You just have to redo your tests. Okay, at that point you can buy whatever motorcycle takes your fancy. If you want to do unrestricted licence just directly, you need to wait till you're 24. So at 24, you can apply for a full Category A motorcycle licence unrestricted. So you'll start with your CBT, and then age restrictions will apply for whichever licence you want to go through forwards. But in between your CBT and those, a motorcycle theory test is also needed. First and foremost, you're going to need a valid CBT and a driving licence. You then enter a 3-stage system, first being your theory test, okay? So, hazard perception, multiple choice answer. Go on the government website, find out where to book one, get yourselves booked in. Bit of practice required first of all, okay? You'll go through a multiple choice question and answer, and then there'll be a video where it's that click and answer for any hazards as part of the hazard perception test. Once you've been successful at your theory test, you can start approaching your Module 1 and Module 2. Your Module 1 is all about control, manoeuvres off the road. So you'll go to a DVSA test site and you'll be subject to a number of manoeuvres, ranging from manually moving the bike, slalom, figure of eights, U-turns, high-speed swerve avoidance tests, and emergency stop and general braking exercises. Once you've passed your Module 1, only then can you look at your Module 2. But on your Module 1, the most common things that we find are people go unprepared. So everybody gets nervous for a big test. So if you've not prepared enough, you turn up on the day, you've got a man in a big orange jacket watching you with a clipboard, you tighten up, get a little bit nervous, and down goes your foot. Unfortunately, that's your Module 1 test over immediately. Okay, I need to practice being able to get the bike up to speed, turning the bike and controlling a larger bike. So take your time, spend a couple of days at it, work your way up to it, go and do your test. Once your Module 1's done, happy news, congratulations, you can go and look at your Module 2 test. Here's your on-road test, okay? So, again, prepare for it. We all have bad habits. You're riding for a test, be prepared. The examiner is going to follow you and mostly just treat him like a sat-nav. He's going to sit there and tell you which direction to go. If you treat him as an examiner, you're going to feel as though you're on an exam. But he's going to tell you to go left, do all the right things, go left. He's going to tell you to go right, do all the correct things, go right. He's looking that you don't make other road users manoeuvre or drive or put yourself or any other road user in danger. Observations are key, sensible behaviour and observations. It's all about that word, observations. Look around you, make a right decision, get up to speed, make progress. Motorcycling is all about making progress. If you can have those key areas covered for your Module 2 and all the slow control covered in your Module 1, you'll pass both tests, and now you can start the fun bit of going to look for both your bikes and your safety gear for your full bike journey. Tips and advice for your Module 1 and your Module 2. Okay, be prepared. Use YouTube, Use any video sort of site you can use to watch, see if there's any test run route videos that are done, see if there's a fake module 1 or a real module 1 being run, so you can go and look at the test pad site, so you can go and see what the day involves, so you can understand some test routes that might involve and look for some tips and stuff for any examiners that they may have put online. At least that way you can sort of prepare yourself for what you're going to approach and where you're going to be doing it. Some of the most common mistakes that we see on module 1 are people, they don't prepare, they get a little bit nervous and they don't keep their speed and their momentum. So they end up sort of getting a little bit tight, not being loose, and they get a foot down, they don't get the correct speed through the speed traps, and they're all really silly and frustrating ways to fail your module 1 because you've practiced 20 times and you've passed it. So make sure that practice is there to keep yourself going, so when you turn up for your test, it all seems like second nature to you. Your module 2 will be, or for the majority of the time, the most nerve-wracking one. So the most common thing that we see there, people get really nervous, start riding a little bit tight, looking like not far ahead of themselves, and they ride into danger. But if you've watched the routes or if you know you're doing a test route in a certain area, go and explore the area beforehand. Have a little ride around. Is there anything tricky, any tricky junctions that you want to negotiate, work out? So you don't have absolutely no idea where the examiner's sending you to go. He's going to touch point on somewhere you've explored. Get a little bit of a feeling for the area. It's only going to help you on your test. Just like when you ride somewhere new compared to home, you're always more comfortable riding around home. You know the area. So go and prepare, research for both tests, and it'll stand you in good stead. If you have any further questions, drop something in the comments below and we'll go over it again for you.